Here we go then, the start of round 4 of the Powerboat P1 World Championship. It's the Grand Prix of Italy, and look at that, 3 boats absolutely side by side. Just behind OSG, our race leader, Caracol with the white upper deck. The yellow boat closest to the camera, that's Sif, the wild card, and Taraya is the other red machine in there. Fantastic, great start. This is the view back from Caracol, just starting to ease away. Now let's hope in today's slightly more stable conditions, they'll all be able to see the markers and there'll be no mix-ups around the boys. There is the Supersport battle, closest to us, Ocean Dragon, yellow and black boat, that is Carpenter. Around the first mark, here's the race leader, Caracol. Look at the darker boat, that's Chiton, turning very tightly inside OSG. Chiton, of course, a metamarine hull, just like Faneblast that rolled in this morning's testing session. Yellow boat in 4th place, that is Sif, the wild card, giving chase to Caracol. Caracol, the dominant force in races 1 and 2 at Malta. 1 race 3 here already. Taraya, the red boat, in amongst the Supersport leaders. There you can see Jolly Special and Ital Craft XT chasing Chaudron. Chaudron 3rd in Supersport, behind Carpenter in 2nd. And just at the top of the shot, we should find Ocean Dragon Racing. There they are, a very closely knit bunch, with the Evolution interloper Taraya on the left-hand side, speeding away. And Caracol showing just actually how close the field is on this opening lap. Here is Caracol, OSG keeping them honest, and Chiton, despite making a tight turn and pretty slow off that last marker, staying right with them in terms of top speed. We heard them talking about that after the disaster for Faneblast. They were using their top speed rather than the corners. Now then, lots of speed being shown here. Jolly Special charging past, first of all, the Maltese boat Chaudron, and now catching Ocean Dragon Racing. In the heavy seas of round 3 at Anzio, Jolly Special looked anything but what their name would suggest. However, look at them go now. Ocean Dragon, clearly the fastest thing on the water in round 3 at Anzio, and Jolly Special just reeling them in, pulling alongside, and now they are going by. Carpenter also looking very quick in the background of that shot, but Jolly Special, absolutely astonishing turn of speed that they've not been able to display so far this season. And as well, once they get into the stretch, look at the Maltese go and Chaudron, the all-yellow boat there, just peeling alongside and taking Carpenter for 3rd on board with Adriano, Panata and Taraya. We saw the crew getting such a battering like everybody else in the heavy seas of round 3 here at Anzio. Much better conditions, and Taraya, well, they are losing ground to the race leaders, but then so is everybody else. Caracol already around the mark that the others probably can't pick out on the water yet. The only boat able to keep pace with them, OSG, also round the mark. See Taraya there in the background. That's the distance between 1st and 5th in the Evolution class. Caracol really making this look so easy, riding high up on the plane, catching lots of air. That's exactly how you want the boat to be, barely in contact with the water. These things are designed just about to have the drives in the water and nothing else. Here is Chiton, still hanging on to 3rd place. Giuseppe Salvatore's boat, taking things very cautiously in the corners, but still on a podium. Now the Coof behind them, Sif, a wild card, regular in last year's championship. Great result for them yesterday. Looking back from Caracol, doesn't seem to be anybody out there from that view, but that's because OSG were on the other side. Sometimes it looks like a really wild ride, doesn't it? Caracol bouncing from side to side there as they catch the waves on the beam. But they are just keeping the taps wide open. Those 2 ISOTTA Fraschinis howling away behind them. On board now with Chiton. This is the first race without their ISOTTAs. They started the season in Malta with the Italian engines. Now with C-Tech diesels, they didn't even get to the start line for race 3, so this is the first race that the combination has produced, and they're in 3rd place. That's a very promising debut. Very promising debut, went west in round 3 for Vetpunkt as they stopped early, but look at this boat. You can paint it black and give it to Batman. It's so futuristic looking. On board Taraya now, compared to the new hulls, This is a bit of an elderly warhorse. Adriano Panato says this may well be the last ever race for the Red Cup. He says everyone else's kit is getting so much newer, but he was on the podium in round 3 here at Anzio. Oh no, that's jolly special. Our Supersport leader is out, and that'll move Angelo Tedeschi's Formula Hull up to 7th place in the Supersport category. And now there's another Formula Hull in the lead. There it is on the right. That is Martin Lai, Ocean Dragon. Behind them, Chaudron in second, bouncing along. And third is Butzi Bullet. Now, these guys have led 3 times now this season in Supersport, only to break down. Butzi, of course, disqualified from yesterday's results, but they are out on the water again. Around the mark in second place. That's a wide turn from Chaudron. Obviously not feeling as confident in the tight turns as Martin Lai, but after years racing in the Solent off the Isle of Wight in the UK Championships, Lai is used to some pretty rough waters. But he's been caught by Chaudron. Brother and sister Aaron and Adrian Siantire from Malta are closing him down. Chaudron joined last year's championship as a wild card. Impressive early results, and now with a lot more investment and a new hull, they are taking the lead of Supersport again. They didn't have the best of luck when it came to mechanical problems at home in Malta, but in Italy they are flying literally as well as metaphorically and just taking away Martin Lai's water. That is a very, very aggressive piece of racing. Aaron Siantire voted as the best newcomer by the rest of the crews in the wet pits at the end of 2005. And look at this, Martin Lai, very experienced crew on board Ocean Dragon, and they are fighting neck and neck with the family concern in Chaudron. Well, this is a really impressive outing again from Aaron and Adrian Siantire. The family concern builds all sorts of pleasure craft back in Valletta. And look at the helicopter struggling to stay in touch with this battle, such is the pace. Here is 4th and 3rd. Look how close that battle is as well. The Butzi Bullet just ahead of 4-1 Racing from Belgium, and the Belgian crew were yesterday's Supersport class winners. But look at this new machine, a very revolutionary design, tandem seating, one in front of the other, and this is another candidate for the Bat Boat of the Year award, isn't it? Red Boats Toraya, 5th place in Evolution, just coming up to lap the battle for the lead of Supersport. But look, stood on the brake pedal with both feet there to try and avoid slamming into them. Toraya closing so much quicker. And look how the hull design allows them to turn more tightly, and away they go as well. Stops better, turns better, accelerates better. It's all about performance in that Evolution class. So here is our 4th place boat then, 4-1 from Belgium, Italcraft XT. They're in 6th position. Again, big point score for them in yesterday's race, and they seem to be going better in the flat conditions, but once more, there is absolutely nothing in it. How are they going to decide this if they're like this at the checkered flag? You choose who's got the advantage. One in the air, just losing a little bit of ground. The other's in the air, losing it back. There is no advantage here to be had whatsoever. Martin Lai just gets to the mark first. Can he turn so tight? Can Chaudron take an advantage coming off the marker? Well, there behind them you can see Sif coming back. That's the Evolution class boat. And Butzi Bullet with Caracol running fast and hard around the outside at the mark. It's a very busy piece of water, but it is starting to look as though Martin Lai has just got a little bit of an advantage. He picks up pace quicker, no question. Toraya, maybe the last chance to see this boat, maybe the last chance to hear it wail across the water, and OSG are out. Well, they look reasonably happy. Giano always looks reasonably happy with life, though, doesn't he? Here is Caracol again, looking back into their own rooster tail, and just nobody else out there. Notice on the side of the hull, those sort of pontoon things down the side. That's for extra stability across the water, and that, many of the other teams believe, might be one of the secrets to their performance. They can really ride the water across the swells a lot better than the others. And leaving Ocean Dragon Racing and Chaudron behind them, Caracol now on the home stretch, heading towards the checkered flag for the 3rd time in 4 race starts in 2006. The dominant force without doubt in the evolution class. Here they come to win